Hello, good morning, students. Welcome back to the new videos on the new chapter. That is chapter number 8. The chapter number 8 is cell structures and functions. That is this is the last biology sections of this sessions, and then we will go with right after these chapters. We will be moving to the physics topic. Okay, so today we will be discussing about the cell structures and function. You might have you are very familiar of the cell. I think you are familiar about the cell since from class 6. We have learned what is cells. We have also known more about the cells in class 6, but still some students are still confused about the cell. Let's try to be more details about let's try to study more details about the cell in these chapters. So if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, cells and functions, that is very much related for all your biology sections. If you're clear about this topic, then I would say the biologies you are clear about most of the biology sections. So you see, in these chapters we will be discussing about the introductions, the cell, discovery of the cell, varieties in the cell numbers, size and the shape, cell structures and a function, part of a cell, difference between animals and a plant cell, prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells. So these are the different topics that we will be covering in this video. In this entire video sections, where the video will be of part 1, part 2 or part 3. Okay, so here in this video, today's videos, we will only discuss the 3 topics, that is introductions, discovery of cell, varieties in the cells and cells in numbers, size and shape. One more topic will be added. We'll just study the slight details about the amoebas. Okay, so here you see introductions. You know that all the living organisms are made up of living of a small tiny living parts. Okay, and that tiny living parts is what we call as a cell. Okay, and most of the cells cannot be seen from an external examinations. Okay, some can be seen from an external examinations. Okay, so small cell is one of the smallest unit of life. The cell is also called as the basic instructional functions unit of life. Why? Because different types of cell combine to form an organs. Okay, different types of cell combine to form an organs, and organs, different types of organs combine to form an organ systems, and all these organ systems combine to form to make a complete human structures. Okay, so in order to watch all those different types of cells, we have to use different types of specified instrument, and that instrument is what we call as microscopes. Okay, so you see, all the cells, as I told you, the cell is a structural, because all our human structures are made by the combinations of different types of cell. Okay, if the cell is not present, that means your living organism, your structures will not be complete. Okay, and also next is the functional unit. You see, every cell perform a different types of functions. Okay, every cell perform a different types of function. You see, your skin cells perform as function to protect your body, the internal bodies. Okay, your nerve cells perform a functions by transmitting the information from one end to another till to the brains, right? So different types of cells try to perform a different types of functions. Okay, that is why every cell is a structural and a functional unit of living organisms, and all these new cells arise from the pre-existing cell. Okay, from the mother cells the new cells are being arise. Okay, here if you have only two cells, from these two cells a new cell will be arise. Okay, that is why they say a new cells arises from the pre-existing cell. Okay, so all the organisms are also composed of one or more cell. Okay, so cells in organisms may be compared to the brick in a building. Okay, just as a bricks are assembled to make a building, and cells are also assembled to make an organism. Both bricks and cells are basic structural unit. Also, we have talk about this. Both, you see, when we are trying to construct a house, we need a brick, right? So bricks is considered to be the building blocks, or considers to be the structures of a house. Okay, so similarly a single bricks, okay, they will try to assemble with a different more many more bricks, okay, and then they form a structure. Similarly, one cells will combine with another cell and they will form a structural unit of it. However, bricks and cells are different in one respect, that bricks are non-living but the cells are complex living structures. What is it? Bricks are living, okay, bricks are non-living, while a cell is the living structures, okay. So we can construct a buildings of different size, shapes, and from different similar bricks, okay. Similarly, millions of organisms of different design, shapes, and size exist in the living organism. So all the sites are made up of cells, okay. So all the sites are made up of cells, and all organisms are composed of one or more cells, okay. So this is all about the cell. Let's try to discuss about the discovery of cell. What is the discovery of cell? You see, at the very beginning, the cell was discovered by an English scientist called Robert Hooke, okay. He was the first scientist who discovered, who have coined the name, who have coined the cell, okay, who have coined the cell. Okay, and what does the cells? What does mean cells? When one day he was trying to slides. Okay, he was observing a slides of crook and a bird of trees. Okay, where the crooks under a microscope and saw a honeycomb structures. Okay, he was trying to take a slide from this tree and he was trying to observe. Okay, observe. He was trying to see under the microscope and he see that all these bricks are something like an apartment. These slides were made up of small apartment, okay, like an honeycomb. Okay, the slide of coke appeared like a small compartment which are further separated by the wall. Okay, they are all separated by the walls, like an compartment. Many small compartments will be further separated by the walls. Okay, and later on he was trying to know what is that. Okay, so he named those box-like compartment as a cell. Okay, but however the cell what the Hooke have observed was actually a dead cell. Okay, actually a dead cell. His demonstration, his work to a scientist at the Royal Societies of London. Okay, he demonstrated his work to a scientist at the Royal Society of London. Okay, even after the discovery of the cell by the Robert Hooke, very little were known. Okay, very little people were known about the cell. Okay, but after complete discoveries of the microscope, after the improvements of the microscope like the electronics microscopes, okay, so different types of microscope will lead to the magnifying of the cells, okay, and learn about the cell structures and functions. Okay, from there they learn about the cell structures and function. So here we come to know that the cell was first discovered by the English scientist called Robert Hooke in the year 1965. Okay, he was in the year 1965. Robert Hooke was an English scientist discovered a cell. Okay, and he named the cell a cell. Okay, by seeing the apartments of the crooks. Okay, by seeing the small apartment in the crooks. Okay. Now you see, let's talk about the variations in cell structure, size, and shape. Okay, you see our cells, there are thousands of cells. Okay, there are thousands of cells, and the numbers of cells, based on the numbers of cells, we divide the organisms, okay, into two categories. One is what we call as a unicellulars, and another is what we call as a multicellulars. Okay, unicellular means it should be have uni means one and cellular means one cell. Okay, so living organism which consists of a single cell is what we call as a unicellular, like amoeba, igluna. Okay, so these are two examples. You can see these are paramecium and bacteria are some examples of unicellular. Why? Because all these organisms have only a single cell. Okay, they don't have single or more thousand cells, like millions of cells like us. Okay, but a multicellular, if the numbers of the cells are many, then we can consider them to be a multicellular, like insect, human beings, and a plant bodies. Okay, are some examples of multicellular. Multi means many, cellular means cell. Okay, a living organism consists of more than one cell is considered to be the multicellular. And you know, one thing is that life in a multicellular organism begin from always a single cell only, and this single cell is a fertile seed which multiplied repeatedly, okay, and the numbers of cells thus increase or develop and take place, okay, development take place. Okay, so all these multicellulars, okay, are been arises, okay, and they begins the life from the single cell, okay. Okay, and this single cell is known as a fertile egg, okay, which multiply 1,000 times, which multiply repeat and repeat, and the numbers of this cell thus increases as the development take place. Okay, so numbers of cell will increases as the development take place. Okay, so this is all about the structures and cell numbers. If the cell number is more than 1, we consider those organisms to be the multicellular organism. But if all the organisms have only a single cell or only one cell, we consider them to be a unicellular organisms. Okay, next we have a cell size. Okay, you see cell size, our organism, the size of the cell in living organism varies from a great to a very small or micro cell. Okay, the size different in the size of organism is due to the numbers of cells present in them. Okay, so what is it? They are different in size. Okay, they are different in size of the organisms. Okay, they are different in size of the organism. Some cells are very big, like it may be varied from a very few one micro to a micrometers. Okay, that means 1 millionth of the meter to a few centimeters. Okay, you know that the largest, the smallest cell, that is PPLO, fluoropneumonia's light cell, okay, light organisms are called as mycoplasma, is about 0.1 micro in diameters. Okay, how small is that? Micro in diameter means how small is that? Okay, then the largest cell is an ostrich cell, which 170 meters in diameters. Okay, how big it is? Okay, so the largest cells in the universe is an ostrich cell. Okay, in plants, some algae like Acidobellaria have a very big cell. In our bodies, nerve cells are the largest. Okay, one of the largest cells in our nerve cell. Okay, it need to be understand that the size that cell has no relation with the body size. Okay, why? We need to be understand that the size of the cell does not have any relation with the body size. Size of the cell in the lion, elephants, and mouse are almost similar, irrespective of size of the body. Cell size, however, is related to the functions. Okay, cell size is however related to the function. For example, a nerve cell in the lion, elephant, rat are long and branch, but they perform the same function, and that of transferring the masses from one body to another. Okay, so that is what we say. A cell size does not it is quite similar. Okay, irrespective of the different types of body part, but the cell size are related to the function. Okay, the nerve cell that present in the lion, okay, the nerve cell that present in the lion, tigers, or whatever it is, organisms, are very long and a branch, and this nerve cell work as a function to transfer the masses or to transfer the informations. Okay, next we have the cell sap. You see, this is our different types of saps. Okay, some cells are in this direction, some cells are ovals. Okay, some cells are round, some cells are in the branches. Okay, different types of sap. Cell saps of a cell differ not only in different organisms but also in a different organs of the same organisms. What does it mean that? Okay, the sap of the cell does not only differ in different organisms. That means that the sap of the cell does not differ from the dog to animals only, but also it differs in the organs of the same organism in our bodies also. Okay, the cell saps are different inside not only from the organism to organism, the cell shapes are different, but even within the organism, within a single organism also, their shapes are different. Okay, some shapes change continuously, while some maintain constant shape. Okay, what is a constant? They didn't change their shape. Like a amoeba and a white blood cell in our bodies. Okay, white blood cell present in our blood. Okay, they continuously change. Amoeba and a white blood cell, they continuously change their shape. Whereas the cells Some cells are there where they maintain the constant in shape throughout their existence. Okay, but some shape may be oval, spherical, cuboidal, fibers like and polygons. Okay, some shape may be in the form of ovals, some shape may be in the form of spherical, some shape may be in the form of cuboidal fibers. Okay, but some shape may be in the form of polygon also. Okay, the shape of the cell is related to its functions. Okay, the cell of the cell shape is related to its function. You see, the shape of this amoeba, okay, is different from others because the shape of the amoeba, we cannot predict them, so we cannot give them exact information, like exact shape of the amoeba. Why? Because their shape keep on changing every day as per their movements in search as per their movement, as they keep on moving here and there in search of the as they keep on moving here and there in search of the foods. Okay, so this is all about the shapes. Okay, now we are talking about a special topic, that is what we call amoeba. You see, this is the shapes of amoeba. This amoeba keep on changing the shape every day and now. Okay, why? Because they keep on moving here and there, and they need to keep on changing their shape and size. Okay, so that is means what, they didn't have a fixed shape. You see, amoeba is a single cell organism. That means the amoeba is a unicellular organisms. Okay, why? Unicellular, why? Because they have only one cell. Okay, the shape of the cells are variables and irregulars. The shape of the cells are they keep on changing every day, so they are variable. They keep on varying every day. Okay, and they are irregulars. Now they have a special structures, that is what we call pseudopodias. Okay, the projections, these types of projections are what we call as a pseudopodias. What does mean? Pseudo means false, podia means fits. Okay, that means what, the pseudopodia means what, false fits. Okay, these pseudopodias help amoeba in movements and capturings of foods. Okay, they help in movements and capturing the food. So this is all about the cells. Okay, their shape, their size, and also we have talked about the amoeba. Okay, so I want you to go through the textbook, okay, and clears about all the stuff topic, and try to watch up all the videos. Okay, so anyway, we'll meet in the next video lectures. Bye bye.